Hey guys, it's happening. It's a bar. You have joined the Wicked Lady Hippie at the bar live. Sometimes I will edit these. Actually, mainly I don't. I have a lot of fun up here. It's my bar. I have friends and so forth that keep saying they can't do it. They don't say how I can do it. This is so cool. It's just so cool. I'm a hippie. Now, I'm not ashamed of that. I'm an Army veteran. We were the first company of women to train with the men after they disbanded the WAC Corps. I was actually midair in the airplane going to Fort McClellan, Alabama, when I ended up in South Carolina at Fort Jackson instead, because we were the first company of women. So it's awesome to see women fighting freaking pilots. I love that shit. So we kicked down that don't care anybody. I've been all over the world, been all over the States. I'm here in Augusta, Georgia now, so let me throw in some live chat. Bear with me. I am all of this. I do a very poor job. I'm an amateur. It's kind of like when I grocery shop at Walmart, and I'm an unpaid, untrained personnel, because I got to go up there and check that shit out myself and bag it. So I don't know why I have to pay more, but they keep tripling the prices. So I don't know what in the world's going on. Like I said, Army veteran, published author, been everywhere, done most things. Thought I'd seen everything. Saw a camel float by not too long ago in the Sahara Desert, floating. And when I saw this, I said, that's got to be everything. That's so biblical. Camel floating, you get the whole picture there. And so I was like, okay, what do you need to pack for Armageddon? At that point, I'm like, I'm throwing in the towel. You have to forgive me. I had a late invitation to go to dinner this evening. My husband was busy, and now he got stuck on 285 returning from Atlanta. So it's been pushed down a little bit, so we'll be arriving a tad late, but that's okay. It's at the bar, it's at the restaurant bar, so we'll all be fine. No big deal, even if we did show up. I don't think we'd be missed, but we're going. So this is floor length and everything. Just bear with me, ladies, and hope you think I look nice. Somebody throw that in the chat. It would really help an old lady out. You know, I joke and I say, you know, I get in there and I go, okay, I got a dinner invite, and I have a wardrobe. I don't have just a Clyde wardrobe. I can literally jump through anything in 2 seconds. I can be horse riding in 1 second, shower and grab a ball gown the next. I'm old. I have a lot of clothes. So they're rebelling though. I dashed off into the closet and grabbing the door open and said, "Look, I got to go to dinner tonight. What you got in here for somebody like makes them look good at 60 something?" Damn door shut. I was into that conversation, so 3 closets, and I wasn't sure if I should try that right out of the other 2. So instead, I wished I actually did change closets, and I have this floor length gown in there. I don't like it. I add a few future. It's quite lovely, and the headpiece. I'm sorry about. It's my husband calls them my little tiaras, because if I don't, the earphones won't. They just they won't stay there. And I like the earphones because I can hear better what I'm saying, what I'm doing. It might be a little loud. So if that's the case, somebody please jump up there and let me know that my sound is off. And I can understand that because, like I said, I do everything. I'm such an amateur, but I love this shit. This is so Woodstock without the mud. You have to go anywhere. I'm at the bar. I don't need an Uber to get home. I'm freaking at my own bar, man. I just got to crawl a couple feet. If I can't get that far, I can just rest on the sofa. I'm old and I'm lazy. So if I get drunk, it's a real possibility. I ran out of my whiskey fireballs, my little shot thingies that my husband buys me. And he's been busy, so I hadn't run by the store yet. And my car has a problem, so I won't drive it when it has a problem. I'm married to a master mechanic, and waiting for the part to come in. And when that's all done, I'll go. I actually laughed, though, because he told me on the phone a bit ago that we were going to take the truck, and I laughed and said, "You have tied me to the roof." It's like, what? It's like, you can't get in the front seat. There is simply no getting in the back seat, because if you open the door, things fall out. And I mean that literally. So But the car isn't, doing very well. So we don't want to patrol the car. So I don't know. At this point, we may not go. At this point, I don't know. But I'm ready to go. If there's any ladies out there, please let me know. I'm okay. But sorry, I'm sitting on this pocket. That's the cutest little thing. I'm sitting on it. Lovely bar chair back here. You have to forgive me. I haven't quite gotten to all of the housework. I got stopped midway, and I was in the middle of changing comforters, stands, and all this stuff. So it kind of just got thrown on stuff, and then off I went to get ready to get a phone call as I was completing my ambulations to let me know he was stuck on the highway waiting for a record. He's with a friend who buys cars at an auction in Atlanta. So he gets Robert to go with him so he can buy one and then get it back. Unfortunately, the ones he buys are really in bad shape. Hence my husband's going. But if he couldn't fix down the side of the road, they should have just set that thing on fire because it ain't gonna go nowhere for a while. So I've been seeing some shit on the telly. My husband lets me have these cigarillos, my little cigars. I had to quit smoking 4, 5, 6 years back. And vape. I still have my vape. So, but I'm allowed to have one of these at the bar while I'm doing my podcast because he's nice about it. But he buys them. I refuse to buy my own because then I would be smoking again. So I have partial, might be able to even finish one while I'm up here, depending on my day, and checking to see what my time is. If you want more of a background, also, my first channel before I got injured, and I had to change to this channel, the second channel, long story there, but short story is Lady Hippy at the bar, if you want to see the first year of any of these. Again, you've already, if you're seeing me, you've already popped in. Please do leave comment, live chat. I type real fast and we'll answer you. Comments, I tend to have a problem because I'm very bad about not editing. Before I turn around, it's time for me to throw another one in the can, as we used to say. And, I don't have enough time. And again, it is at the bar. So because I was out of my little whiskey fireballs, I had to hit the bourbon. So cheers. I love that. My Scottish crest. And they tried to tell me I was Native American when I was adopted. They found me at 30 because my adoption was with the family on the front page of the Parade magazine in the 60s. Yes, I'm that fucking old. No, this is not for kids. That Army thing will just pop right out there. And mind you, I seem to have hung out with, there's no doubt about it, I hang out with soldiers and men as much as I do with women, and prefer actually the men because it's more animated talking. I don't mean that as an aside, no hate mail. I'm just saying most women, back when I was younger in particular, they talked about sewing, cooking, and that was about it. Now, I did go through high school and learn how to do that. I did the home ec thing, I did all that. Fencing, swimming, tennis, dancing, ballroom, everything. Tap. I mean, I was in there, gymnastics, all of that. My husband said I went to a resort and not a high school. Because there was some time after we married, but I took him to Chicago, and that's where I'm from. And he saw the school, and he was like, "Is there any end to this? Because it is like 6 miles of buildings. It's like a college. It's got a lot of kids in there. It was like 1,500 to graduate. And yeah, I graduated early, went in the Army at 17, just before I turned 18. Parents signed. My parents were World War IIers. My father was at Pearl Harbor, but he was on shore leave, and he was just devastated. He wouldn't talk about it. He would just kind of almost tear up, and he would just quickly leave the room. And so did his brother that survived. He just said, we can't. We just couldn't. It turned out that both of them were on leave because it was like the Sullivans in World War II. There was 5 of them, and they were sent together to the same places, so they were always there. And so it had to have been very horrific, I'm sure, for them. And from what my mother informed me of, that so many were lost. Everyone knows this, but I mean, from their ship alone, and I don't know to this day know what ship he was on or was assigned to. Just that they were on shore leave and they couldn't save people, and it must have been horrific. Being an Army veteran myself, I can't imagine not being able to save my buddies. I can't imagine it. Never would I leave one. You can put my body next to theirs. That's just part of the training, I guess, but it's that close. It's a family. So I decided I would reach out today and do a podcast anyway. And I'm having, like I said, the bourbon because my husband and I have been busy and we haven't gone over to pick up mine. So you'll see me hit that a lot. But I did throw some juice in there. So it's not straight bourbon. Close. I've been so busy, I hadn't really caught up with what was going on because I thought the world had turned stupid. Actually, I'm absolutely positive the world has turned stupid. If you agree, if you don't agree, please put it in the comments. Somebody talk to me. I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. I do this because you can. It's our freedom of speech. I can talk to you. You can talk to me. We can laugh. We can drink. We can get mad. We can spar. We can debate. All the above. It's freaking awesome, man. In the 70s, we didn't even get a radio. We one of the big bulky things next to the black and white TV with the antenna and the foil. Yeah. The phone was mounted to the wall, and when that thing rang, I sure as hell did not go for the phone because I wasn't a linebacker, and you had. and that's the way it was when the phone rang. It's like suddenly everybody in the house turned into a linebacker to get to the phone, which generally wasn't for whoever it was that answered it anyway. So I was like, I just wait. Screw that. Took karate most of my life, so I'm 5'2". And before I even took the DNA thing, I knew I was of British ancestry, and I am, with a tad Scot and Irish thrown in there, which is what I told my son who bought me the kit. He had a fit. But the Native American family reached out and found us through that Parade magazine, made one phone call, got the adopted brother who was still in the house that was in the Parade magazine. So they looked us up, and all I got to say about that guy, I need to write another book. If you're adopted, don't go looking. No. If you are happy, and if your blood relatives do find you, run. Change your name, your hairstyle, get out of the state. Sometimes that shit just don't work out right. I had some stories, man. You curl your hair. This is another reason I may have them. They go out. Sorry, I found that funny. And it choked me up. So, yes, they go out. They're annoying. So you'll see me light that one or even another one 3 or 4 times, depending. I try to keep all one up here at the bar. Well, several on the humidifier. But then again, like I said, I'm out of my General whiskey and I'm on bourbon today. And he's running late for us to go to dinner. So at this point, I just talked to him. And, where are you going, Fast Walker? That's my cat, Fast Walker. He has got to photobomb me. And he's actually, I had to push him off the computer just now. I'm sorry about that. But he has to photobomb me. It's a thing for him. I don't know. In any event, like I said, my husband just called to let me know. And they're still 80 miles out, and they were waiting on a wrecker at that point. So I knew I had plenty of time to throw my hour in and bore the shit out of you guys. I love this. Now, President Trump, love Donnie. I call him Donnie. I love that. He's funny as hell. I really do. I did not watch the State of the Union because I knew that I'd get the highlights today. And I just didn't have, over an hour to watch people be stupid. And by that, I mean, I don't get the factions here. I don't understand why it has to be a Democrat or a Republican. I don't get that. I'm a history buff, and I still don't get that. And I also, as a history buff, History 101, you had to be born an American citizen. You couldn't run for public office. You couldn't hold public office. And yet, I've got refugees here who became citizens and are sitting in Congress. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry. Wicked. That's my army nickname. So that's the best I'll do, unless I know more about you. So if you want to see me, throw it in the comments. Pull me up on live chat. I'm on live chat now. So I was a little surprised. I think he's funny. I love that nickname, Pocahontas. Because like I said, they tried to say I was a Native American. Turns out I wasn't. I did the DNA. But the real sister, who was raised with me and as adopted, was very dark, olive skinned, brown eyes. totally different. So it was obviously totally different fathers. Then we met the half brothers, and the oldest half brother looked like me. We looked just like the same coloring, same features, all that. Definitely same family. The younger half brother looked just like the sister. Nobody would talk about that. So that anyway, I don't want to get into all of that. So my advice is run. Throw holy water in a match behind you, but get out. Find the nearest exit. And it'll do that. It'll pretend it slipped. So I didn't have a point to talk about this. I usually don't. And I usually don't drum. This darn thing. My husband knew I wanted a golden mic. It was just the thing with me when I started. I'm still an amateur, never going to be professional. So I love you, Joe Rogan. We've been watching since news radio. That was a bad thing that happened during that. But you guys were great. I watched you ever since. Love you. But I'm not him, and so I'm not going to have special guests. The guests that I do have and could put on refuse to because they're shy. They say, I don't get that. I'm not shy. I want to laugh, learn, talk to folk. And I used to do this all the time on Facebook. And finally, that's why I said, well, I'm just going to go on YouTube. I don't see why not, because that way I can talk to everybody on real time as well. And everybody's been telling me to go on TikTok, and I haven't tried that yet. But I have been doing YouTube now. This will be the second year, although I had to take a year off due to a severe injury, lots of surgery, yada, yada, thing. I'm upright walking now, so I'm good to go. So I wondered, last time I had actually asked a few questions. I was curious. I didn't know you could actually go in and kidnap a president and his wife, or a dictator and his wife, depending on who you speak to in Congress or the people in Venezuela, who absolutely are happy that they're gone. I'm not sure what we're doing with them. I'm not even sure why the hell we were in it, but okay. It's politics. This is why they told us, in my generation, they said, don't ever do two things. Don't talk about politics and don't talk about religion. And of course, I jump up here and talk about both of them. Because I'm waiting to see if I know there's folks just like me out here. I need to sit and talk to them all the time. So I know they're out there. Don't be afraid of this media. If they don't want to air it, they won't. If they want to, say you can't do this or that, they'll tell you that it's been suspended. You're not going to put this on the air. And I go, okay, and I do another one the next day, find something else. Learn as you go. But I do love the medium, and I think it's a waste if we don't use it to talk to each other, to find out what's going on. It's been, like I said, I thought the Venezuelan thing was something. Then, of course, we and the Israelis bombed the nuclear facilities in Iran about 6 months ago. And, the bunker bombers, the guys got in, they got out, no problems. Nobody saw them, nobody heard them, they were done. Thank you, Lord. This time it hasn't been quite the same. We've lost 3 planes. And they were shot down by Dubai. I'm not sure what that's about, but I just found that before I went on the air. I found that here I am. I'm in Georgia, and I've been saying it's so dirty. Georgia, it's like Chicago on steroids, and Chicago's got some shit. You found out stuff, they just do. It's like my age. It's a fucking state secret. Get over it. If you don't have a need to know, bye. So I thought that was it. They got the nuclear plant. Boom, boom, it's all demolished. Here we are, 6, 7 months later. This time we're killing the Ayatollah Khomeini, who I believe probably deserved that end. It's up to God. Oh, it's a good bourbon. And I said, okay. So apparently we're after Iran, not just about the Khomeini, but to replace this regime, I think, and have the king resume the Shah of Iran. I think most people ought to remember, or maybe they didn't get it in history. I have seen Georgia schools, and it's not embraced. They'd have pepper sprayed me, tased me, and dug me out of it. I went several times when my kids was in school. I have a stepdaughter. She was a year younger than my son, so high school and things like that. And yeah, I complain. People lost jobs. Teach my shit. You show me where that's on the curriculum. I'll kiss you. You know what I'm saying? So one of those. And it's been cold here for several days. I love this. It's got a little bit of balm in it, so you don't really need your lipstick, and it'll stay on there and keep your lips moist. So, pardon me, when I'm talking, I'm thirsty and stuff gets like this. I'm old. I have bail money, so you know I'm old. Don't do the insurance thing. I leave that in Robert's hands because they're all so dirty. I haven't had a ticket, I don't know how many decades, and I haven't got 10 cents back, you know. It's not like they go, oh, you haven't had an accident in 30 years. Let's give you $100 back. No, they don't do that. Why, I don't know. Since the government says you have to have it. Okay, it's the biggest Ponzi scheme. Another one. I got news for y'all. If you can't get to Medicaid and Medicare age, that's not going to pay nothing. Let me explain that to you. You paid all your life into Medicaid. You paid all your life into Medicare. You got both, so you think you're covered. There's a third one. You've got Part A and B. Well, those are inactive unless you get Part C, which you get through your insurance company, be it Humana, yada, yada, for X amount per month. I think they quoted me $147 a month. Like, well, what the fuck did you take my money for? They don't cover shit. Just so you know. Maybe President Trump will figure that one out too. But in any event, so we're down and around now and we're fucking with them again. But people have been cheering the world over. I was shocked in some ways, and in some I was not, that there were so many Iranian refugees. And the women were in miniskirts, so you know why they weren't there. They just tortured and murdered some little girl, beautiful woman, who took a picture without the hijab, I think it's called, on her hair. And they put her in prison, and God only knows what they did to her, and they killed her. And that's Iran. And I mean, the women went out. I mean, it's 125 degrees outside. The guys are in nice flowing white things, no problem. The women are dressed completely up, and even underneath this black little tent that makes them look like Cousin It from the Addams Family, with the little letterbox open. I love it. The British call them the letterboxes. It's got that little opening, and even it'll have lace over. So they can't see a thing. They're dying under a blanket they got to run around in. They got 15 guys for them because somebody might look at them. I don't see why. But they did make good things to hide your weapons under, you know, when Gaza was fighting, because that's what they would do, is stick them under the, run right out in there. Nobody knew whether they had a grenade launcher. What the hell? It had 15 weapons in that thing. And they did. There were weapons everywhere. There were weapons in the CAT scanner. I mean, obviously they were using the people as a shield. Obviously, at the time, we did not know that USAID was paying for so many terrorist organizations on our tax dollars, but they were. They built actually an underground that's bigger than the London Underground. I've been there. That is some shit there, boy. Mm-hmm. Oh. So we are now and have lost, amen. I don't believe in organized religion, but I was raised Catholic, kind of, and so you'll see me do that, carry a rosary, in the hopes that I'm not in the false church. There's another reason I won't go to any church, because I don't believe in organized religion. And I love the evangelicists. What in the hell are they doing by planes? Why are they still getting the stadium full of people? They're not feeding nobody. They're not clothing nobody. They're not helping the homeless. They're buying freaking planes. I'm like, okay, and what? You can't make this shit up. So again, we're back to war, and it's in Iran. Now, again, I started to say, history buffs, you know that's Persia. Okay? You know Iraq is Baghdad. They changed those names in the 70s, but that's who it is. It's Persia and Iraq. Persia and Baghdad. You can call them Iraq and Iran, but in my head, they'll always be Persia. It just is. I'm not even sure why they changed that. I was old enough to remember when they wiped out the king in Iran. He was at a parade for the military, and then family and everybody up on the bleachers. And it was horrific. And they dummied that down back in our day, so you did see a lot, just everything blasted to pieces. They had removed everybody. But his son did survive from the Shah of Iran, the king. So he had a boy, a prince. Now, I'm just speculating, I don't know, but I did see him not long ago at a speech, and it was very interesting because, again, I saw that basic assassination of a lot of people. And I did not know that a son had survived. And so it'll be interesting if they decide to go to a monarchy, which would be very interesting. There's not too many surviving monarchies. I think most people think only the British have one, but others there. I think it's Sweden and Denmark. There's a few that are still a monarchy. I'm not sure if they have any power. Sure if they want it. The other thing I saw that I was like, what the hell? First off, if you're born a prince, I don't see how they can remove that from you. But in Prince Andrew's Mountbatten, Windsor's case, they removed his title of prince. They removed him from all titles, and he was living at Sandringham, which was built by his great-grandparents, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. And suddenly I find that he's been moved from there because that's too much money, and put into a wood lodge is what they called it, which is where his father had gone in his final days to find peace and to be alone. And yeah, I saw this and I was like, I didn't even know that the British had a place that was this far out of nowhere and nothing. I had no idea, because they were just like us. They're packed in like sardines in a can. I was like, damn, that's ain't nothing out there. Well, they probably don't even deliver anything out there. I has to go into town to get the mail. I didn't even see the town. Then on top of that, they said he couldn't go riding anymore because it didn't look good. Now, I don't get any of this. I pretend that I do, but I don't. I heard about all this Epstein thing for so much time now, I don't get why. I didn't see that any of the witnesses, these women, that came forth a day after, a week after, a year after the events, no. It was decades. And nobody drugged these women and took them there, and then drugged them again and brought them back, They apparently went on their own, underage or no, that's another problem. But why wait decades to sue for being basically a lady of the night? It seems like heresy to me. Yeah, there's a few pictures there, but where is the binding of the wrists and hands and you've been kidnapped and you're in a sex? This doesn't seem to be the case with these. So I haven't understood it. I haven't understood why it didn't go, how it was even still, they were still able after decades to do this. And then Prince Andrew paid off the young lady who they said suicided. I don't think she did, but that is provable, I guess. In any event, he paid her off. And I thought, dude, this is so wrong. You should have just went to court. And I don't know how they're even taking it to court. I don't know what to charge him with, how to charge him, what is the proof and all that. And so he did this. And then apparently the people still weren't good enough. And then, of course, King Charles got the titles and everything back, and now has moved him to the middle of nowhere and told me can't even ride the horses. So this is brother. This is a man who was born a prince. Again, do not see how you can take the title of prince. You can remove him maybe from events, so you're the king. But I don't see how you can say, nope, you're not a prince no more. I also heard today that his two girls were not allowed to go to certain events. So I don't know what is going on in the British monarchy. I love Catherine. I call her Catherine, and the kids. I just love Catherine's beautiful. She's graceful. She brought a lot of Lady Diana back. And yes, Lady Diana was a lady before she became a princess. She's from the Spencer line, which goes back up. It just on paperwork alone 1,000 years. Some of those jewels were hers. and her families that she was wearing. They were not the jewels that she would have gotten from the Queen, although she did. Um, and what happened to her right after she said they were going to kill her in a motorcycle, in a car accident, for it to actually happen was just devastating. I think a lot of people forget, too, that Mother Teresa died that night. Naturally, they were great friends, but she died that night, too. And I found that very strange. And we've got our own martyrs here, Charlie Kirk, which I try to remember to mention every time I come up. I keep looking at my time because he was martyred. He was assassinated in front of the world. And they're saying this guy that's a furry with his granddaddy's World War I rifle did the one shot, one kill from the one roof that had access to do that. Where was his security team? Didn't anybody in that security team go, that roof there is accessible. We might want to check that out. And then after the assassination, they said, well, the college was going to take care of that. Well, you're the freaking team that keeps him alive. You didn't go check that shit out? No, you didn't. So who left that door open? And then I saw that she was also, his widow was at the State of Address, and that President Trump did acknowledge her. And I was so proud of the fact that they acknowledged Irina, the young lady who was from the war zone in the Ukraine, managed to make it through that and get to the United States, was returning from a job. She worked 2 jobs. She's on the tube, and the guy stabs her in the neck and kills her. There's people sitting right there. They don't even come up and try to help this girl. And she died alone, scared, and not understanding why. Her life was taken by an illegal immigrant who should never have been here, who I think they caught on several different offenses. But they still want to, no, don't do that. The Democrats are nuts. And they've been getting a lot of money for a long time. Ilhan Omar was sitting up there in the audience. This was another thing I didn't get, because I don't think she should be Congress, for one. And she's up there going, you lie, and you get out. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Seriously, who the fuck all do you think you are? You suddenly in a year can make 30 million, but you ain't sold a bottle of wine yet. But they made 30 million from the winery they've got without selling any. But you've got octogenarians, Schumer, Pelosi, they still up there looking all righteous as the fuck. See, this is why it's not for kids. Why are they still out at 80-something years old? They have millions. They have houses everywhere. So does Obama. Bushes, all of them. You gotta love a politician, man. They got that money. But what makes them stay there 40 years and do nothing? And I love that when they run the next time, they're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fix this, and then off they go. This last time, we have to fix Obamacare. You can't do nothing. You just gotta approve this money, because Obamacare needs the money. Well, the whole point of the Obamacare was not to need the money. Look it up. I've got time. And this is why I call him Donnie. I mean, there's no filters on him. If I was the president, I would be just like them. He should have won the Nobel Peace Prize like 5-6 times over, easy, without even blinking. So we know that's rigged. It certainly isn't for peace. If you can pick and choose, this guy might have done something. Or this time, I believe it was the Mexican president, she that deserves shit. Or was it might have been the Venezuelan. I don't know. No, it was the girl. I can't remember. She's the Mexican president. Something of the South American countries that just blows my mind how much shit that they've been getting from America. That they actually sued us because they wanted billions from the weapons manufacturers, Smith & Wesson, so forth, so on, all the big ones, because that's the reason that the cartels were killing Mexican people. Please. That damn weapon don't hurt a motherfucking thing. Excuse me again. No, I'm sorry. It's not gonna hurt nothing until a human picks it up, points it at something, and squeezes the trigger. If you can take away the guns, what happens? They start with machetes, knives, cars, vans, bombs. If they want to kill another human being, there's just about no way you're going to stop it unless you find out first. And we have eyes and ears literally everywhere. Your phone is listened to if they want to. Mine probably is. And your computers. Cameras and mics don't probably go on. They might. They might. They might be just too low on the pole. I don't fucking know. If Black Hawks start landing, I get excited because I get bored. Let's go. Let's go find out. I had a friend as a senator when I worked in D.C. I never paid for a drink in my life. I used to go to the Watergate Hotel when it was still standing. So you know how bad that was far back, wasn't it? And he used to tell me, "Don't do that. Don't say that. They're going to shoot you." It's a hysterically fun. I'm sorry he's gone too. I'll see him on the other side. He had a great sense of humor. He's a great guy. It was one of the most honest politicians. He wasn't completely honest, of course. He was a politician. He could talk you to death, never say a damn thing. And I told him that. Have another martini, babe. Back in those days, it was a 2 martini and Valiant lunch. Like, so like I said, you know, this is why they don't like us to talk about politics and religion. Somebody might go, wait just a damn second. I know y'all said we was done with Iran. We done did that. It's like the WMD. They made a new name. It's for nukes now. But, you know, Bush managed with WMD for like 8 years. I think Obama was the same way. He killed somebody. Was it? Oh, yeah. It was Osama bin Laden back there. It was horrific. They shot this guy in front of a bunch of women. They were in a cave, for God's sake. And then threw his body into the whatever body of water was there, the sea, the ocean, whatever, which is against all Muslim rules. That's just horrific to me. And I don't know why SEAL Team 6 was going around talking about how they got to shoot him. And, you know, I was like, that's not a soldier, babe. That's an assassin. And I don't see any sense in you being proud of that shit. You can say you are SEAL Team 6 all day long to me. But I see you as an assassin. That's not a soldier. You shot an unarmed man, surrounded by unarmed women, and then desecrated the body on top of it. That's not a soldier. I know. I wasn't, and probably will always be a soldier. It doesn't sit well with me. Never will. And again, I didn't understand their race around all these legacy news. I think that's funny they named it that because they haven't done news in decades. I quit watching them as a news organization decades ago. You couldn't freaking get the weather out of their ass. Bozo was better when I was a kid growing up. And Bozo would open the window and stick his head out, say, yep, it's still snowing, and shut the window. That was your forecast. And they did it better than these people did. Somehow the Weather Channel, when they started out, it was great, the Weather Channel. And now they're all actors. I don't even know how to get these shows together. But if you actually pay for the Weather Channel, which DirecTV had to do, and I don't know if they actually did it because I got away from them. Anyway, there's a lot of chewing things up and spitting them out. You had the USAID, USAID. We were paying for condoms in Yemen. We were can't make that shit up. So, is Americans just the kind of people say, oh, we can't do anything about what they're doing with our tax dollars, so we don't have to remember that. And it's like the next day, they don't remember what happened the day before. And it's like watching the Minneapolis thing unfold and watching these people go through the Minneapolis airport and then being pulled to the side going, there's $6 million here in cash. You can't take that to Dubai and send it to Somalia. It's illegal. You can only take a certain amount. And it's for the children. It's for the child. I have daycare. I have to go feed the children. Because they've been able to do that for probably near a decade, if not more. Meanwhile, like I said, in Congress, Ilhan Omar shot off at her mouth. Personally, I'd have the Secret Service take her out and lose her somewhere. But And a little guy, a woman from Pakistan next to her, yeah, you go with a buddy up. I don't like these people. I don't like anybody who sits in my body of law and order called the Congress, which makes our laws and keeps our order. I don't like people from another country telling me my country sucks while they're fucking making 30 million in 1 year. You suck and get out of my country. And I thank God for President Trump. I don't know who could succeed him. Vance is a good candidate. Marco Rubio is a shoo-in if he wins. I just think he's cool. I like DeSantis. Maybe they should go with Marco and J.D. Vance. Maybe, then maybe Marco could go up and be president and have, but DeSantis under him. But if it's anybody but those guys, I'm not even going to pay attention to what's going on in the United States, because those of us who were born in the United States, we got to have 4 IDs to go to the grocery fucking store. I've been watching these chases that the cops have to make because somebody stole a car or because, well, they're from Punjabi and they're driving the semi and it's got fake letters from the DOT on there. So that, they stop them, they come out in the flip-flops and it's below 30. And even the cops go, what are you doing? You can't wear flip-flops driving the semi. We're shutting it down. So what's going on with the Punjabi shit? I don't even get this. California had a driver come up and I know he got pissed off at that red car and turned that truck as if he was going to make a U-turn, which blocked all those lanes. He knew that car would hit. That's why he doesn't even look like he registered that he caused an accident. He knew what he was doing. He had driven before, just maybe not so much, but he knew for shit what he was doing. He knew he would kill those people in that car, and that's why he did it. And why the fuck all is California giving everybody a driver's license? But they can't even speak English. What? Gavin Newsom spent $22 billion on a supposed monorail or something that never appeared, but the money's gone. He's got that lovely $9 million mansion he bought a year or two back, but that money, the other money's gone. We don't know what happened to that. They have proved, without a shadow of a doubt, I love that because I'm living in Georgia now, and like I stated earlier, they can teach people how to they can teach Russia. I've always said they're corrupt as fuck. And I come from Cook County, from Chicago. If I'm telling you it's like that, it's like that. Now, from just, a couple of sheriffs, this is from the top down, everyone, all of them. They're all corrupt. They all get kickbacks. It's just no way you can get around it. And I've been to governor's houses and shit, let me tell you. I know they're of what I'm talking about. And they have proof of this. And they have proof now they took all the boxes. And of course, and I said at the beginning of all the shit they gave Trump, that he did win Georgia. Because I kept seeing thousands upon thousands of ballots tossed over bridges and along the side of the highways. And they just come out and just get rid of them. Yeah, he won Georgia. He wasn't lying. He knew what happened. But of course, January 6th, he incited a riot to take over the country because he didn't win. He actually did win. And this is also why he won again, which is awesome. And I think since there was that break, he should be able to run for third. Love his son, Barron. And I love all his kids. They've done very well. They had to raid his house, check out Melania's underwear, and then take him in for a mugshot. What the hell? A former president? This is how you want the world to see the United States of America. And by the way, why is it called the United States of America? What happened to just America? Why is it called the United States? I'll tell you why. Because we had a civil war and the North won, and they said, okay, y'all back in the Union? And they said, yeah, I am, I'm back. And they said, okay, well, we're now the United States of America. In the hopes this would never happen again. And yet I see sanctuary cities. This is treason. It used to be called high treason, and you could be hung from any tree nearby. This is called treason. It's sedition. It's sedition. The Civil War started when Fort Sumter fired one cannon fucking ball, okay? You got how many sanctuary cities? Chicago being one of them? Oh, my loving God. Mexico suing, which that case, when I mentioned it before, they were suing all the gun companies for billions, went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, no, no. So, 9-0. This was no argument. Every one of the Supreme Court justices said, no, we're not paying. And they've made millions, they've made billions off of the United States. And then, of course, goes back to the Clintons, just love what they started. Ford, everybody moved most of their plants over there. Levi Strauss moved their plants. I never bought another pair of Levi's again. Where'd the car companies go? How come Detroit looks like a bombed out city? Anybody? I got some time. Because they subbed them all out. I love calling if I have a problem with my phone, my satellite phone, as they call them now. It's really a computer, but we'll go with sat phone. But I love the little guys that say their name is David, and they're living in Punjabi. His name ain't David. They are from India. You're calling India, and India is telling you, here we go, let's start your phone back, and they actually can fix it from someplace in India. We don't have those call centers here. I used to do a second job at a call center for a new hotel at the time in San Antonio, and that hotel is now worldwide now, pretty much worldwide before I left. But in any event, yeah, something up with that, just saying. And I'm bad about shopping at a particular place because I like the 50s couture, which goes to mid-calf, or floor length, because I had that bad accident. And it's just easier for me to dress in a dress than it is to put on, pant lengths, all that stuff. I had a lot of surgery, so it's a real mess. So this way, it's easier for me to pop out, get ready to go. And then I only have slacks with a few jeans. I've never been the type that just wore jeans or sweatpants, or I don't even know sweatpants. I see people wear them to the mall with their plushy shoes. My mother would have come out of her grave. I didn't do that shit, no. And I see my time is almost up. So I hope y'all saw something that you liked. It is for entertainment purposes only. I do like us to say that. And apparently they like it if somebody goes like, if you saw it, what have you. Subscribe, you can always take it right back off. It kind of made me happy because I know there's some more hippies out there. On my first channel, I used to get folk, and just maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, because I'm an amateur. And if you don't want to talk to me, you're not going to talk to me. So it doesn't matter how many times I say, hey guys, say something. It's a nice bar. How about that? It's my house. I really don't care. I can sit here and get drunk and talk all day though. But I'm limited to 1 hour. And that's my husband's deal. Gives me an hour. I don't need more now. As you can see, you have to relight these continuously, which is why I'm allowed to have them, because I can't smoke coal. Let's see, the politics, the religion did me. I don't know about y'all. If you're not confused, if you give me some information, if you just didn't see me till I was already off there, put it in the comments. I swear I've got to get back to those. I just haven't had. It's ridiculous. I'm retired now. And I don't have as much time now as I used to have when I worked and did 2 jobs in college and was raising a kid. I have no idea how I did that. I think about it all the time. Like, how did I do that? I couldn't even do a job now as keep up with this housework. And well, for a year, nobody did anything to the house. My husband, I don't know. He wasn't a sweeping, mopping, dusting dude. He just wasn't. He had replaced the carpets with wood floors. He put the walling and all that mop, and blue paint went in, a light blue sky. And everything changed because we brought the bar, and it's a big bar, it's a Remington, with the big mirror on the other side, stemware and all that. We've got another island that's connected to it, so we actually had to close off the one side of our kitchen door. It had 2 entryways. Now I have no fun. But I love this thing. But everything was condensed and it's no longer. It's all one big room because of that now. It's just seating for if you're here at the bar. We don't have that many seats at the bar. I could put another 4 or 5 in here, but we would be like this, like an airline. Last time I flew, I was like this. They sat me down with a bunch of firemen. I love firemen, love you guys. Back in the early 80s, I used to teach her. It was when EMS was just starting out. They had to still talk to a doctor before they did anything like an IV or anything. But we taught them at least field medicine and CPR. And I love my firemen. They're great. They run right off into that trouble. Same with the police. Defund the police, please. Who the hell you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Hi, there's an intruder in my house, and they're taking us hostage. Let me call. What? I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you can pay people to go out and take bricks from areas that they know they'll be congregated there for, and be in police. You stick a bullhorn in my face, you would definitely need to go out and get that replaced somehow from probably your nearest. And my husband is back. Hello, darling.
I'm fixing to go deliver a car on the other side of town. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll be done because I only got 10 minutes. Yes, as you can see, he did make it back, so we're going to dinner, I think. And do you want to be in the video?
Yeah, I am, see.
Oh, he is. See, get out. Yes, unfortunately, I got stuck with that. I'm too old to change now. I was like, what the hell? Yes, so apparently he has one more thing to do before we can go, which is not surprising. I didn't think he would make it back before I was done with my podcast. So, he made it back before I was finished. He did pretty good because like I said, he was on 285 waiting on a record when I last spoke to him. He has those kind of days. It's funny though, he's going to take the truck. He expects me to get in that truck. He's out of his mind. And we've been together several decades, so he knows better. I get out of that truck. I keep kidding. I'd be looking at him like he has lost his proverbial mind. Time it is. I love this new watch he got me for Valentine's. It's quite has little pieces that come down when they're not stuck somewhere. Then I can't find the camera. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and one of these is, he buys me jewelry and guns. I buy him guns and ammo. So we're ready for anything. So I wanted to get through all of this again today just to say, I think we should kind of keep a close eye on what's going on. I love Donnie. I mean, he's a jackass, but he's our jackass. I love him. I think he's funny as hell. I think a lot of people aren't catching his humor. Last time I saw anybody that was that calm and so forth and just dry-witted and funny was Ronald Reagan. Ronnie had some jokes. Every time he saw Ronnie Reagan up there, he was having a joke. And he was good. He was good. He was a good movie actor, too. He was a good man. And so was President Carter. I actually voted for him, even though I know it doesn't really make any difference. You can check it on Google, but the president is elected by the Electoral College. And it's like Donnie says, I got so many votes in the Electoral College, I won the Electoral College, and I won the people's vote. You notice he put the people's vote second. So he won both. So what happens if you win the one, but you don't win the other? I think they fixed that with Bush by saying it was hanging chads, because actually Al Gore won, but for Florida's count, just like with President Trump with his last run, it was Georgia that he lost, and that's how he lost the election. The same thing was true for Al Gore. He won the election, but if he couldn't keep Florida's votes, he lost and Bush won. So they had hanging chads. Look it up. It's been a while. Because I was shocked at the age on them all when they came to President Carter's funeral. I thought it was funny as hell when Hillary Clinton learned that he had renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. She just busted laughing, and old Billy's trying to shut her up. First time I heard it, I laughed like right. I'm still laughing. I love it. Let's see, my time is close now. I didn't see anybody in live chat today. So, I love you guys. If you see me later, I love you guys. Pop through here, leave me something, I don't know. Throw a like on there. Hell, I'm old. I get up and do this for nothing. What would you have done at Woodstock? Or the hippies? I talk to them all the time. They just won't go on. I do not remember. And in most cases, they say they're afraid to do that because they weaponize the IRS, they weaponize the judicial system, and they put a former president in a mugshot, which I love Donnie. He's got that on the wall. And what he has done with the Oval Office even has gone higher than what Jacqueline Kennedy did. And she had a lot of work to do. He did too. When he moved in there, it looked like a garage sale, for God's sake. I mean, it looked like they furnished it from a garage sale or Goodwill. But you give your shit to Goodwill and they pay their president a couple $1 million a year. You gonna keep giving that to Goodwill so they can make those salaries? I'm not. I quit about 5 years ago when I found that shit out. Are you kidding me? And I did it because I thought these guys that had disabilities were able to work there. They were paying them 22 fucking cents an hour. Are you kidding me? So that shit stopped. I was like, I'm not, no. That's not even sweatshop pay. Well, I better get up here and round this up and say good evening for now. And isn't that cute, ladies? Isn't that the cutest little furs? I used to always carry these like diaper size bags. I like these little cute ones now. I've got several in different sizes and stuff, but they're little. They hold an ID. I don't want to go anywhere without an ID. Apparently, that's a problem. People don't have them. I don't want anybody to have a problem. I don't want to eat cement. I don't want to be tased. I don't want to be pepper sprayed. I just want to say yes or who it is, because that's their job. That's why they're there. God love them all and protect them all, amen. One last thing about the terrorist shooting of everybody. That was in Austin. Can't tell me it wasn't a terror attack. It was a terror attack. The guy absolutely was a terrorist. Think about it. And I also heard again about these mass shootings, and it's everybody's problem because they won't get rid of their guns and their Bibles. Sorry, bitches. Not happening. We will still have free speech. One way or the other, we have to get a soapbox. You guys can keep trying. But those that finally get elected in there, I think from now on, will actually be for the people and by the people. It's a stupid thing, I know. You think, you look back at the track record and you go, maybe not so much. I'm looking for my remote because I love this on YouTube now. They go, if you're still watching, it's been like 30 seconds. Are you still watching? And I'm bad about putting it up on music and cleaning my house or doing whatever. It's just easier to do. So I see I'm walking my hour. Come and visit me at least. Come tell me what you want to talk about. Or just talk about it. Tell me you want to do a Zoom call. Tell me you want to come by the bar. Any of that. Just throw it in the comments. I swear I'll get to you. I know there's folks out there that are just like me. I know there's other hippies. And at the very least, we veterans, homegrown terrorists is what we were nicknamed by Obama. Nice guy, isn't he? It's nice that he moved his name from Barry to Barack. Yeah, it looked better. And they found the fact that he did forge his birth certificate. The man said so. He was born in Kenya. We had Weekend at Bernie for 4 years. Who do you fucking think was signing that besides the auto pen? Who do you think was running that show? It wasn't no Dr. Jill. That woman couldn't spell spit. You're not going to get me to believe that shit. Obama himself said, I would be president a third time if somebody else would run and I'd just do it and nobody know what was going on. Enough said. This is why people tell me I get shot. That's it for my hour. So I guess I better say goodbye, guys. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow sometime. I don't know what time. Because suddenly being retired means I have just no time whatsoever. And I am shocked at this because the first year I did these podcasts, I had plenty of time to jump in. I tried to get up here between 12 and 3. Like today, I didn't quite make it till almost 4. It happens. In the meantime, guys, throw something in there. Like I said, give an old lady a break. Say something. Tell me you didn't like it. Tell me why. Or come by and see me tomorrow if I get here and be on live chat. In the meantime, have fun, guys. Oh my, I'm sorry. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I'm sorry, I just found out why. YouTube has moved some buttons. Yeah, I had broken. It's for entertainment purposes only. I hope y'all was entertained. We'll try this one more time. See you tomorrow, I hope, guys. Be safe, be happy, stay the hell out of trouble. Like this, yeah.